Right, been away for a bit, but I'm gonna be putting back together this is a Shark cylinder, CZ500ukt. You'd have to go with a 66, totally irrelevant. If you were to go on the Shark website and try and look for models, they only go off like CZ500, they don't necessarily go UKT. The UKT is basically the difference between colours and what tools it come with, basically. Yeah. But right, we're gonna try and put this back together. If you've seen the video of it being took apart, there is various close-ups and everything to see better, but this is just going to be put back together in real time, really. Hopefully we won't have to stop. This is a bank holiday, so hopefully we should be alright. Right, we'll start with the motor. The white, I always find that the white sort of that position and lines up down that hole, so the white is roughly in line with that top screw. So these are, I do get asked or messaged a lot about, you know, what size screws and all that, and in the video taking it apart I did sort of give a ramble that you can't always, you know, even when I took this apart I found that I needed a third screwdriver bit, which yeah, isn't always the case. Sometimes it's only two. But anyway, right, brush roll. And then what you've got is this little brush roll release bit. So you've got your metal rod that goes in there, and then this bit. You see how the spring sits in there? Sits in that little divot down there. And then I believe different models have different ways. But I believe this sits at the top. There we go. See how that's sitting there? So that's spiked out at the top. And yeah, it should be right. Some of them have this little divot in the plastic and it's got to be fed into that one, but this one looks like, not 100% because I didn't take that much notice when I took it apart, but that looks right to me. So now I'm going to do the old roller, brush roll, brush bar, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and I will try and feed this belt on while there's a little bit of movement. This is a groove belt, so I've got loads of videos, so on YouTube, loads, I don't know, there's 80 odd at the moment. I don't know if that class is loads, but when you delve into how many people watch a video and how long they watch a video for, it's usually about 2.5 minutes, I would say. So yeah, they obviously skip a long way just to see what they want to see, which is fair enough. That's what I'd do. No problem with that. but I do like to, rather than be quiet, I don't mind having a bit of a talk about different things. And I'm going to start by saying that, you know, I do this like now. I've come in, it's a bank holiday weekend I'm doing this on, which is nice because I haven't got parcels to worry about, I haven't got deliveries to worry about, I haven't got anything that I'm thinking about or worrying about. I can just take my time, do these videos. For this cog, you'll find that it only goes one way. So yeah, if you're struggling to fit it, then it goes the other way, but I'm sure that's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, it's like I get a lot of comments, you know, it sort of gets frustrating because I'm just doing videos to try and help people, you know. It's not to try and help people who are struggling, who a lot of the time I've had it, that I've taken something apart and I'm like, damn, how do I put it back together? Or people who's only got one hoover, one power nozzle, one, you know, they haven't got loads, they haven't gone through loads. All they want is to see how to take theirs apart. And it could be hidden screws, it could be something that they haven't seen, that they're just like, oh, stressing over, and yeah. The reason I do these is just to help those people who one hoover, one vacuum, and they're struggling, they want to replace it, they don't want to fork out on a brand new hoover again and have the same happen and this, that and t'other. So they want to try and fix it, which is obviously the way the world is at the moment. You know, there's more into fixing and saving than what there ever has been, really. But yeah, that's that done. I'm going to put the seal in at the end. But yeah, that's that bit. And so all they want is just a bit of, oh, that's how you do it, you know. It's not about, my videos aren't done on, oh yeah, this is how you do a belt, this is, you know, a video just showing you how to change a belt. That's all it's about. I'm trying to, you know, no, I don't have enough time to, right, what I have got to do, these wheels are pretty stiff. If you see me taking it apart, oh my god, the wheels, I needed to get a hammer and a screwdriver and really beat the axles. So yeah, it was a bit of a, so all I'm doing at the moment, I'll move a few things. I'm literally just putting that over there. I've got this stumpy, bit of a hammer. Oh, but it won't. Right, just use that. I'm just going to try and beat it down into place because these are pretty stiff. See? Still more. most models are not usually this stiff. You can usually just bit of a struggle, they will just pull out. But there is a couple of models I've noticed recently, which is like this, extremely. That's better. Extremely stiff. I don't know why they've changed the design so to make it like that. That's okay. We'll get back to it. You get various comments. It's like I've had one recently. Oh, I never realised there was this much work involved in just changing a belt on a Shark. Was it a belt or brush roll on a Shark? Brush roll, I think. And I think, well, I work for myself. I'm not a designer. I don't make these things. I don't design these things. I'm not anything to do with Shark. I'm really not anything to do with Shark. I do this because I chose to do it. I'm self-employed and this is what I do. Yeah, it's really weird that someone's ranting, and yet they should go and rant at Shark, not me. You know, if they bought the Hoover and they've got an issue, I'll go to Shark. Right, this wire feeds through. There's a little white block. See in that hole, feed through there, and then there's a gap there. Not that easy to get them through, to be honest. I don't know if I showed you that. You can just see where the white is in that strip. That's where they go through there. It can be a bit of a pain. I mean, maybe you should look at if they're that annoyed that they got to message me that, oh, they wish they never bought a Shark, they never realised. Maybe they should have looked at the videos before buying a Hoover, seen what was involved in taking it apart if they're that. I don't know. Did they look at it when they were buying the Hoover? Oh, how easy is it to clean? How easy is it to change something, change the brush roll, change a motor? I don't know. I just know that it's got absolutely nothing to do with me on the design, on the manufacturer, on the... And you've got to remember, a lot of these vacuum cleaner companies, they patent a design. Like Dyson, you know, they patent a design, so others can't copy what they do. So they've got to come up with their own ways and their own designs and their own methods that doesn't copy someone else's patent. Otherwise, you know, oh my god, they get sued and this, that and t'other. So when sometimes they're comparing this Hoover to that Hoover, maybe it's just that a patent's been done and nobody else can copy the design or anything similar, and they might have patented 10 different designs of exactly the same to stop anyone even getting close to copying what they're doing. So it's not just a case of, oh yeah, it's much easier on this one, it's much easier. They all have pros and cons. Every vacuum cleaner has a pro and a con. I don't think you could I don't know if it's possible to say that there's one Hoover that is absolutely brilliant, that is absolutely fantastic, that does everything you need. You could pick faults in every single design. But if I was if you look at builders, their chosen Hoover is the pneumatic Henry, because it's pretty damn good, you know. But do they have one at home? I don't know. You know, just because they like it for their work, do they then have one in their household? I don't know if they do. Usually they have something different. I don't know why. I don't have a Henry, by the way. I don't have a pneumatic one. If you really want to know, I actually have an old Dyson. Not for any purpose. I've had it for ages. Still going strong, still working. And I did actually go to cordless. I did actually get a cordless, go to a cordless. But I done this test one day where I used the cordless, done my hoovering, went round and thought, do you know what? I'll see what the Dyson picks up afterwards. See if the cordless had actually done a good job or not. And I found that the old Dyson picked up a hell of a lot more dust afterwards. You know, it was literally straight after. I thought, oh, I've gone, you know, I've done it, I've cleaned it, we'll do a test. And this was ages ago, before I started doing videos. And yeah, it picked up so much more that I thought, I'm not going to go to a cordless. Right, this is annoying me. And so for me, you know, I've got a question. Would I go for another Dyson? No. No. If that one broke, I'd go to something else. I don't know what. I do know I would not go for this model. I do know I wouldn't go for this model. And that's basically because of the hose. The hose is too rigid. It doesn't swivel and turn freely and easily. If you go to Miele, their design on their cylinders, you know, it moves a much freer, much easier, much better. So, you know, so straight away I'm picking a fault with this. It doesn't mean it's not a decent Hoover. It does what somebody wants it to do. You know, but likewise, they've got this Hoover, they want to repair it, so why not, before having to make that decision on getting a new one in whenever. But then you go to the Miele, whatever, they're expensive. Not just expensive, but then you go, you know, this is a bagless cylinder, whereas the Miele's are all bagged, apart from the CX Blizzard and Boost at the moment. All the other, you know, cylinder type vacuums, I believe, I can't think of a Miele one that isn't a bagless, apart from the CX. But when I'm making this video, you know, if this video is 10 years time being seen, they might make loads more, I don't know. But do I want to keep changing bags all the time? No, I don't see that that's environmentally friendly. You've got a choice of a CX1 boost at the moment, or a CX1 Blizzard, a bagless cylinders, so you never, you know, just clean your bin, clean your filters. Why would you then pick a Hoover that's got bags that you've got to keep changing all the time? Because when you look in as an example, let's say a C3. Just trying to see if this is sealed properly. As much as it's seat, I'm not. I wasn't 100% sure it's seated properly, so I'll try it again. Yeah, if you look into any other poor design of the C3 milers, and no, it's not just a C3 actually, it's all their cylinders apart from the CX Boost and Blizzard, is the filter, is the filter inside where the dust bag goes. Not your exhaust HEPA filter, but the other one. That filter pad is absolutely vital for that vacuum to run properly. Absolutely vital. And I believe that should be a more substantially fitted. And what I mean by that is that people don't realise how important that filter is to the working condition of that Hoover. If that position of that filter has a gap, it's just going to straight into the impeller on the motor, and it's going to clog it, block it, it's going to burn it out, and it's going to break it, because it is just this literally a pad. And if it's not installed and fitted properly and it's got a gap, that's what's going to happen, regardless of whether you're using a bag, because all the dust and everything inside the compartment has to go somewhere. Because even though they use bags, the inside compartment still is dusty. You take the bag out and it's just full of dust. So there you go. Even the muleys, however you want to pronounce it. I forgot that switch. Because I'm talking. I thought, here we go. I'm not going to be able to get that wheel out. Hopefully, it's coming. See, when you talk, distraction. Alright, we'll put this switch in. And I'm not going to edit that out. I'm not going to pretend that never happened. It happened. You know, these things happen. Might happen to you. But it's just a reality, the way it is. Now I've got to try and get this wheel back in. I'm just going to pushed it in best I can at the moment. For the purposes of the video, I'm not going to see how much of a struggle they are in a way, but I'm going to take forever. Right, those wires are through, that up, that right switch is now in place, so that's good. Right, we're back on track. What else do we need? Now on this, I have taken that cap out. I don't know if I've shown that on the previous, but that just pops out. It's literally held in just by those two little flaps. And I'll fit that at the end. But yeah. Right, when I took it apart, I did do a slow-mo of how these wires go. So if you do need to see exactly, you know, that's out. Right, you've got two screws that go on the top there. Where do they go? I could probably go through hours and hours criticising what's wrong with certain hoovers, certain this, certain that. But yeah, I'm not going to go too much. I think you can pick fault with every single model. I think there's advantages and disadvantages to each of them. It all comes down to personal choice. What you're happy with, what you're comfortable with. You know, and that can come down to something simple like I mean, we're all different heights, all different sizes, and yet, if you look at even this model, the extension tube comes in one length only, one length. You know, and that's supposed to suit everyone from 5 foot tall to 6 foot 5, you know. So you could say that nearly every vacuum cleaner, apart from the ones with the telescopic ones that you can which is more the milers, they have extension tubes which are adjustable in height, so that's pretty good on that one. But Shark don't, not from my knowledge. Right. Usually, if I was doing this to sell on, I'd put some new caps on. But I'm not. After I've done this video, I'll be taking it apart again and selling the parts. That's just what I do. So yeah, you can try like this one. I can reuse that. It's opened up enough, and I can reuse. So that's fine. But if I was doing it to sell the Power Nozzle as it was, I'd pick brand new caps, because the ones that come off don't always cooperate, shall I say. And for the purposes of just this video, I'm just going to trigger one best I can. This thing hasn't even got just demonstration only. So yeah, Shark would be, I think, pretty good to design a vacuum where it's got an extending extension tube where it can be different size, which the milers do. Dysons don't do that either, so they could. But is it, again, is it a patented design so nobody else can copy? So there's got to be different ways. So there we go. Within the cordless world, in the cylinder world, we've already made. Dyson do a cylinder actually. The DC08s and all that, they do have a telescopic one, but they're cordless vacuums. I don't believe there is a extending wand, extension tube, but in the day, so many different heights and sizes of people, surely they should. Surely that should naturally be done. AEG cordless do actually. Theirs is they've got an extension. I mean, it's hard to say every single one has, or every, you know, there's models of AEG that do have it. I cannot think of a single Dyson model where they got an extending on their cordless range. I might be wrong. On the cordless range, not the cylinder range. I know the cylinder ones they do, but why wouldn't you, if they done it then, why wouldn't they think of the same for the cordless stick vacuums? But it's like one size extension tube. Right, I do get distracted sometimes. Right, I think we're all done. That's then 2 screws are there. That's on. 2 screws are there. All in place. All in place. Right. I don't really know why or how I've got onto the subject of it. I was trying to pick fault with designs and everything. And yeah. Oh, this is all from the people criticising, isn't it? And then I've got this size bit in. I'm just going to put these 2 in. Yeah, people commenting saying, oh, this, they knew there was that much work involved in changing a brush bar, they wouldn't have got it. Well, you can pick fault with every manufacturer, virtually every model. Can you find an exact perfect Hoover? Is there? I mean, I wonder why anyone has ever bought one of those milers that's like upright. Big old beasts they are. The S710 and the S760. Oh my god, they're so bulky, so clunky. And the motor was absolutely awful. And yet, people bought it. I wouldn't, never. I thought that was one of the worst designs they've done. Dysons are, I've heard lots of people saying they're just over-engineered. Too confusing, and it really annoyed me on their earlier models when they didn't do a battery. It was a fixed in place battery, and when you wanted to change it, sometimes it would just trip it out. That hasn't suited properly. And that hasn't suited properly, so I'm going to have to. Yeah. You used to take the battery out and it would trip something in there, whereas you put another battery in and you couldn't use it. I don't know whether that's, I don't know. But why didn't they just do a standard removable battery from the start? Why did they mess about? And they had the design because they had it on different other models, but they wouldn't. They'd still sit with this fixed in place battery that was easily removable. Yeah, and the cyclones, yeah, Dysons are pretty good when you get them new, but they're so stopping on there. It's gone in place properly, but I do feel like I'm taking longer than because it's a bank holiday. Maybe I should only do this in normal work time. Might get it done better. I'm not really concentrating as much. So yeah, in my opinion, Dyson's over-engineered, complicated. Cyclones, especially on new models, clog up easily. Even on the old models, they clogged up easily. And taking them apart is, yeah, it's easy enough if you know what you're doing, but for Joe Public at home, is it? I thought it should have been easier to clean than what they are, because if it clogs inside, it means you've got to take it apart, and taking it apart isn't something that normal people would be able to do. I don't mean normal, I mean people who aren't used to it. Even the new models, you know, they're still over-engineered. They're still, if it clogged up, it's not easy to clean it, to change it. That's better. See, I made a mistake. Didn't put it in, so it's just take it apart. That's part of doing this. Take your time. If you make a mistake, that's life. Right, I'll do the seal. This seal, I'm sure you know where it goes because feed it round. It's a bit like any cordless vacuum, as I'm sort of saying what's wrong with these different designs. And when you look at all these adverts advertising all these cordless vacuums, oh yeah, 60-minute runtime, blah 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 blah. Yeah, you try and do your how much it's stretched. You go around and do your house just on eco mode. You get very what they should do, and should be made to do, is what the run time is when it's running at full power. That's what I believe should be a truthful way of advertising, because I don't believe that this, oh yeah, it runs for 60 minutes. That's not truthful. People don't, I don't know people who use their cordless vacuum on eco mode all the time. It doesn't do a very good job. It really doesn't. And you have to have the power, the floor head running like this. These on different cordless, you know, the IZ, it was a 201, 202, 300 series, 400 series are on there. Oh yeah, 60-minute runtime, but as soon as you start using the power nozzle, which is not how new tests are done, you know, so the 60-minute runtime is only on eco mode, so you're on power level 1, you know, no floor head. Who's buying a vacuum cleaner who's just gonna, oh yeah, we've got this nice pattern but we're not going to use it because we want it to run for 60 minutes so we get the whole house done? As soon as you start using it, the time runs down significantly, and I mean significantly. To not 60 minutes, you'll be lucky to get 10 minutes out of a battery. And how much can you do in 10 minutes? I don't know. Where did my 50p go? There it is. Most people can't do a whole house in that time. So I believe that when they sell them, they should be putting out what the run time is, maximum use, not minimum. I think that would be a more honest, and I believe that if they were being honest like that, they'd get more. If they had a good vacuum, they'd benefit from being that honest. But yeah, doesn't kick out as much, but that's fine. That's in there. That's done. I'm not going to power it up because I've got the handle separate. Yeah. Alright. Lots of rambling. Lots of talking. It is a bank holiday, so forgive me. But there we go. It's put that together. It's all working. Yeah. Like most people fast forward and only put to watch the bit that they need. So if you've taken that much time to listen to me rambling on, well, you'll never get that time back, will you? I do apologise for that. But anyway, hope it helps. And yeah, thanks.